everybody. Welcome back to Echoes of Eternity. That intro, I'm like, every time. By the end, you're like in a CG hand and stuff. What is going on? Oh, it's wonderful. Oh my goodness. It's Thursday night. Thank you all for coming to a new night. Same time. Sam is here. Anna's here. Mikey's here. Pocket's here.
It's technically not same. It's not same time. All right. I'm gonna.
Oh, you're right. Oh.
Everyone here changed time except me. So I thought it was I thought it was in an hour, and that's why I was still live.
So it's like the Marvel universe.
Here's the thing, though. Yeah. Bring that audience, Sam. Tell those people.
Hey,
sit tight. You about to get blown away by some Star Wars action.
Lock in.
You want to see a guy who is really abusive and actually terrible kiss the girl he's abusing? We got that, maybe. Star Wars. Do you want to see a plot line that really doesn't go anywhere? We got that. Star Wars. No, we don't. This is way better. All right. Oh.
But you know what we do have? Exceptional voice acting on the part of our GM.
Well, whoa. Oh, God. There's more of that today. There's more. You're going to places that have very species, and I'm so sorry. Because I don't know what half these species sound like, so y'all about to get crazy. All right, anyway. I love you too, chat. So, let's get funky. On your Roll20, if you would be so kind. God, what happened to my Roll20? On your Roll20, we need to go in and give ourselves some force die. And I'm going to really quickly clear it, so please don't roll in advance. I thought I had the screen open, but I'm a fool.
I was about to quick.
Don't do
Good
it.
thing you warned him.
Not like this. Okay, and clear pool. All right, give me them force die, please.
No! Every time, dude. I'm so evil.
Oh, it's so simple.
I'm so evil. I've never rolled light side in the entire campaign.
Never,
Never,
ever?
ever.
Never, ever, ever?
Ever, ever?
I feel like I've rolled mostly light side.
You have, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to put that up on the screen for all the kids. 1, 2, how many was it? Oh, Lord. How many was it? We have a total of 5. 2 dark side, 3 light. Great. Simply wonderful.
That's much better than our 6 dark side that we had last week.
Oh,
absolutely. Look, it could be worse. It could always be worse.
6 dark side? That was as worse as it could have been.
Could have been 7 dark side.
Wait, how would it have been 7?
Just saying, I don't know. We could have rolled 7.
Yeah, we could have all rolled 2.
You will notice on your screen, players, that you have your points there. Remember them? And you also have, over on the side, your little tracker for how Jedi-y Oda is being. So far, you're just like, you're doing fine. Don't stress. Yet.
Oh, is that on the left?
Yes, on the left.
Okay.
Slowly filling to red. You should see it when it gets full red. It's really cool looking.
There's a lot. I do see one little pink one over there.
Yeah, like you got a little pink and then like a little sliver of lighter pink. Yeah, so you're still pretty off the radar. Also, let me do this. 100. Oh God. Okay.
That's not good.
No, it's not.
But I do love these images you've added to give us more context of
yes,
the dive that we're in.
Yeah, you are on the Ring of Kafrene, and we can do that intro. But yeah, this is sort of the art associated with the ring and how it is as we described it, it's between 2 asteroids, and it's basically just a slummy city with dark alleys and people trying to sell you stuff, and everyone there is either trapped or just passing by and trying to like pawn off something on y'all. So it is not the best place to be in the galaxy, but hey, good news. You might get off of it soon. So we'll find out together, I suppose.
Well, Mr. DM, there might be a few people in my chat that haven't ever seen the show before. So could we do a little summary, catch them up to speed?
By all means.
Do the voice. Do the
Phantom
voice.
voice.
Whose voice was
Do
that?
the
Yeah.
voice. Do the
Phantom
voice.
voice? Who could that be? Hey everyone, welcome to Star Wars Echoes of Eternity. This show is one in which Sam and Anna and Bikeman and Pocket are 4 characters who are on the edges of the Empire. The story takes place between episode 3 and episode 4, so between A New Hope and Revenge of the Sith. And it is a dark time for the galaxy. The Empire is at the height of its power, and the only people making any bank are the scum and villainy of the galaxy, and these 4 fall kind of right into that. Sam is playing a I think we can even show their images of the way they look if you want, JP. But Sam is like a Miralinian dude who's like green. He's got tattoos all over him, but he just looks like Sam, really.
Yeah,
And he's
yeah.
like buff, and he has a past that he's a soldier of some sort, and he's got something going on. We don't really know. Pocket is like a big, like bruiser lady with like short red hair, and she's all about beating people up. But she too has a weird past that we've learned about a little bit, where a group that has the symbol of a part rabbit, part octopus with crimson red eyes. They are tracking her, and last episode she had to literally give up the ship they had plus 2 million credits in order to do something. We don't know. PR-3 is a droid. He's an Imperial droid. He's one of those, if you've seen any Star Wars, he's one of those like black droids with like the weird pyramid. He's like an asshole version of C-3PO. And he even has a little like voice mod, and it's perfect.
I prefer the term living synthetic.
There you go. Asshole. And then our last character, Anna is playing Oda, who is a bluish Jedi, but on the run and has not revealed herself to any of her companions. And some of them know she has a lightsaber, but they don't quite know the extent of her abilities. And because she is a Jedi of some renown, an Imperial agent named Don Kren is chasing them, and she works for Grand Moff Tarkin, and they have an evil plan that involves making people into slaves with some type of magic that we're not really aware of.
I don't like it.
Yeah, and so they managed to escape being trapped by the Empire, an Imperial prison, where they discovered all this stuff, but the only place they could go to was the Ring of Kafrene, which if you've seen Star Wars Rogue One, it's the planet that's like the 2 asteroids, and they go there, and that's where Cassian Andor shoots that dude. He's like, I gotta get out of here, and he like shoots him. He's like, bye, sucker, and he leaves. It's that place. It is slummy and awful and stinky and covered with phosphorescent paints and smoke and various stenches of the what would assume is poorly designed sewers on this asteroid planet. And so last episode, we can even start you off with this. We have a galaxy far, far away appear on the screen. And then among the underworld, hiding on the asteroid trading port, the Ring of Kafrene, the crew attempts to use some of their hard-earned credits to buy a new ship and a new life. But you can never outrun your past for long, and DAEYO Fangs finally caught up to her. The 2 million credit bounty and the ship of the Trade Prince were taken by the mysterious Dread Rabbit, who she owes considerably. But thanks to ULAGO, they may have another option. Able to escape with enough credits to purchase a new ship, they may not be stuck permanently on the ring. Now, Oda and PR-3 wait with him for their preferred modifications to be finished. But in this place, waiting is never quite that simple. So, we see the streets and the alleys of the ring, traders and travelers and all types of varieties and shapes and sizes moving about. And in the background, because I looked this up and I'm feeling really good about this touch, go find, like, I don't know, go to Spotify or something, find the Han Solo movie soundtrack and look up the song, Is This Seat Taken? That's kind of like the vibe in the background. And so one thing that's very, very noticeable as the camera sort of moves through this city and approaches the group of you is that besides the very loud traders and the merchants shouting at the top of their lungs and all these people competing with each other to get attention, most of the foot traffic are groups of people or single people keeping to themselves with hoods on or just moving very quickly through the crowd or not looking anyone in the eye, things like that. It's extremely noticeable, almost kind of like it's the way things are done here. No one wants to be involved in anyone's business. No one gives a damn about anyone's business. Everyone's only thinking about themselves and maybe protecting themselves.
But it's not like that other city where they were all like mindless drone looking.
No, everyone here is just doing their own thing. They are all trying to be as private as possible.
Great.
Yeah, and you notice that, again, everything from traders to smugglers to travelers to, religious peoples of all types are there. And they're walking through and just not engaging. If someone hits you, they don't say, oh, sorry. They just, keep moving. And eventually, the small Alina comes running up to you, dragging a much taller Daeyo and her new vibro blade along with him. And he says, See, I bring her back. I'm so good. And he holds out his hand again to you, Oda.
Did I offer him something?
No.
Oda asks herself.
Oda, you seem to recall that last time you did this, ULAGO was like, give the guy a tip.
Oh, that one has the money. She points to ULAGO.
He just swivels a little bit and then he just looks at you, ULAGO, and is just like, okay.
Yeah, I give him 250 credits.
Ah!
Excellent. Yeah. All right. Just mark it on your character sheet that you gave him 250.
Cool.
I think you have the 35,000 there.
Yeah, I currently have 35,250, so that was a nice round down for me.
Perfect. Yeah, we discovered last time one of Oda's big character traits is that she is not about throwing him away. She's financially and fiscally responsible. And so 250, how do you react to that? Yeah, are you just furious with him? What do you do?
She tries to hide that she's upset about it because as a Jedi Padawan, she was taught that she should not care about money and she probably shouldn't even have any of her own. So that's why she's not trying to have any of that money. Let the other people deal with it. But when he says 250, she's like, that's quite a tip.
Look at Oda's face. You clearly overtipped, and she thinks so as well.
Oh, well, yeah, I didn't know that Daeyo was worth 250 credits and that was an overtip. But, trust me when I say we were very lucky to find her and it's worth the credits.
Yeah, appreciate it. At least someone, yeah, appreciate it. That's all. Wait, what are we doing
I'm not saying that's not your never mind.
Yeah, we get it. We get it. You didn't want me to come back. I'm sorry, princess.
That's not what I...
Maybe next time, don't put a word for the companion. That's all I'm saying.
There's a difference between a tip and value. It's not like when you go to a restaurant, you buy a meal and then you tip 5 times the value of the meal. No, you tip a small portion of the value of the meal.
Do you know what happens in places like this when you tip more than anyone else? They don't sell you out to anyone else. So next time, you can tip him 5 credits, and the guy that tips him 250 will be taken straight to us.
No, you're right. This is why you should handle the money. I don't know anything about it, and I don't care.
You clearly care.
Nope, I don't.
Okay, we'll leave it at that.
He does.
So, there's one thing that you need to do, and that is get your ship. But, according to the space Frenchman you met last time, he says it's going to take a day. You have exactly 1 whole day, or a standard, let's say, galactic day. So we'll say 24 hours, because that's Star Wars-y. To kill, but, what are you gonna do with your time? You're all back together. The Alina character has just run off, scurried away, and left you in the big city. What is your plan?
Is there any space water parks?
Will you? You know what? Oh, you sweet droid. Give me a roll. Let's see what you can discover out there. If you want to use your amazing skills.
You want me to use my computer? Computer.
You have to find the computer terminal first. So I think you would need to use some sort of other skill.
Like the perception?
Sure. Perceive.
All right.
Damn.
Ooh.
All right. There's a lot going on. There's a lot happening, so you do take some strain. Just because, visually, your syntaxes or whatever is going on up in your robo brain are firing. But yes, oh my god. 3, of course, you see a lot. On the street you're on right now, you see several directions in which you can go. On the street you're on right now, you notice 4 stalls, all of them offering street wares of, varying degrees. One of them is run by a Rhodian, with green skin and one of those honker noses and dressed in sort of a body armor thing. Another is run by a Sathari, which is kind of like a bird-looking dude with a cloak, a red cloak. One of them is run by a Sulliston, which is the dude who has like the face folds, who helped in the last, Return of the Jedi. And then a human, just a normal human, an older woman wrapped in various colored fabrics are all at these stalls. You also notice further down the street in the, let's say left. Further down the street left, you see a bar called Weemo's. It appears to be very seedy. People seem to actively be avoiding it. And outside, layers of paint on the building are just worn off. It clearly hasn't been redone in some time. And the sign is rusted and barely visible, but thankfully to your computerized brain, you're able to piece it back together and just, to the right is a pub called Guttrie's Guild House. It is bustling with people. The outside is lit up in sort of these beautiful phosphorescent paints, and people are coming and going. There's laughter that can be heard from within. And then further down the road, past that, is a place called Ophoya Zahn's Wildcard Saloon. It is a place that you, PR-3, recognize. Ophoya Zahn is a Miralan name, so maybe it's something that ULAGO would recognize. The outside is flashy with thousands of twinkling lights and holo-generated images of 2 tentacle-headed Nautilin girls dancing in what you can best make out to be sexy stormtrooper outfits. There appears to be a lone bouncer at this big door, and it is sort of a massive Nikto male, and he has dark blue gray features. And because you got a 3 and I likes yous, you recognize this as being one of the many species of Nikto, and this guy is from the mountain provinces of his home world. You can tell by the way his facial horns on his chin and brow are shaped. You can kind of tell that, and his skin color. And that is in your immediate vicinity.
Oda is also wondering to herself if a place like this would be a good place to get her blaster or blasters modded. She wants to know if she can just get them made to like do more damage.
You would assume. I think you would have to roll a probably underworld knowledge, I would think. Would be the right.
Go.
Hell yeah.
Well,
That's
this isn't a skullduggery roll. This is you're asking if you know about this. If you know this would be the place. So that's a knowledge roll.
Oh, okay.
But here's the thing. You for some reason rolled a ridiculously bad roll, which makes me think that you have 2 difficulty threat die on your character right now for some reason.
Where would? Oh, I.
You definitely do. Let me get rid of those.
Call.
What
All right.
are you doing to me?
I believe the last roll you did for me, the last one you did was we had bumped your character up a bunch. So all right. If you would like to give me a, I think this would be knowledge, probably Underworld.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Underworld. I should have more knowledge in that. Oh well.
Nope, you truly do not know. You can't figure it out, but you do get an advantage that you can pass on to someone, and maybe they can help you with it if you ask them. Like if you ask someone, "Hey, do you think this is a place?"
PR-3, you've been surveying the area. Did you see anywhere that might be able to modify my blaster?
I have thoroughly scanned this entire region and have come to the conclusion that everything here is stupid and we should go elsewhere.
All right. Oda takes that at complete face value and is like, all right, I trust you. It's all stupid.
Okay. What now?
Where
Poor
do you want to
Jesse,
go?
I'm so sorry. You like put
No,
all this
you
detail
tell
in.
me. What now?
My character's a dick.
PR-3, where do you think I could get my blaster modded?
Get a blaster modded. Let me find a panel for you. Is there anything else?
No. But here's advantage.
Yeah, all right. You can take the one advantage, and I will give that to you right now. Skadoosh. Yeah, give me a perception check to see if you see any computers or terminals. Yeah, I mean,
Dang.
turns out there's one right next to you. Who knew? You just like look, you're like, I'll see if there's a good terminal here, and it's literally right there. The camera does one of those pans, and it's just right next to you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay. Give me some computer checks. Let's see if we can find stuff.
Okay. Wow.
Nope. Unfortunately, you cannot. The terminal that you're trying to access does not allow you to find a specific shop. It's
Damn,
almost
I'm really good with computers too. Shit.
Yeah, it's almost as if the shops here don't want to be found. The people who run them, the people who operate them, are not trying to be found in some computer terminal like a directory. You're not going to look up anyone's number.
It seems that any shops that provide the service you require are unlisted.
It's almost like you just got to know the right people, and ULAGO starts walking backwards towards the saloon.
Okay.
Down the street.
Can I ask our little friend that just got tipped 250 credits?
He literally ran off. He just zipped. You gave him the money, and he was like, "Get out of all!" and zipped away. Dude, he probably went to one of the saloons. He probably was just like into the stormtrooper girls. He's gone. Little dude is gone.
I gave
Alright.
him 1,250 credits. He is partying for a week.
Oh yeah, he is gonna go get some spice, and you
That's
will
my
find
homie.
him on a street corner. He's gonna be messed up.
Yeah, I'm headed for that saloon.
Okay. You want to go to the seedy one or the one that is bustling with people?
The Miri Ellen saloon.
Oh, I'm sorry. The wild card saloon. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you begin to head back down all the way to the Ofoya Zan's wild card saloon, and do any of you follow him?
Definitely. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. Otherwise, everyone's gonna beat me up.
I mean, I have planned for that. If you just want to be a droid by yourself in the city, we can do a whole story about that. You'll
I mean,
come
I would
back
just turn
with
to the
no
nearest
arms.
person that I didn't know and say something stupid like,
Your clothes are tattered and icky.
Mhm.
and just they beat the crap out of me.
As you walk down the street towards the saloon, the people from the shops on the street begin shouting at you. Right, the Sithari is yelling at you about great wares and like pointing at this large array of like watches and things that he has. The human is like, "Come on over here, I have things for you." And the Solstice is like, "Oh, the buller," and it's like yelling at you. And as you walk down this street past them, you get out of earshot of them as they sort of give up trying to get your attention and they begin harassing other people. And you move towards the bright lights and sounds of this saloon. It is big. It is bright. It is gaudy. It is almost too much. It feels like it probably shouldn't be in this place. it definitely seems out of place here. And the closer you get to it, the more you realize, wow, this place seems like it is a lot. Again, outside the front door is this massive Nikto not bounty hunter, bouncer. And he begins to sort of eye you as you get closer, Lago.
Okay. Yeah. Keep approaching.
Mm-hmm. He holds out his hand and he says, "Stop there."
Stop.
No.
We all stop behind him.
weapons."
Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, he's just like, "No weapons."
Is there somewhere people leave their weapons in his persons, or?
It's known to you as someone who's existed in this world for a while that there usually is sort of like a place, like a locker system, where you can deposit your stuff before entering.
I hand him 100 credits.
Nice.
He looks at you and he's like, "I said no weapons."
I hand him another 100 credits.
"I said no large weapons."
I hand him 200 more credits.
"Welcome to the saloon, sir." And he just like sort of bows out of the way.
I nod at him and I walk in.
Yeah. As you
Oda
walk
takes
by,
note of this, and she's like, she's starting to understand the spending habits of ULAGO. She feels better about letting him make the decisions now, because she was really not looking forward to letting go of her weapons.
as Lago walks by, he sort of steps in between him and the three of you, and he's like, "No weapons."
Oh, we're with him. That was also our credits that he gave you.
No
Right, ULAGO?
we-
Hello, ULAGO, we're with him.
This is why he should have shot him with the weapons and kept the money.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to not talk.
Yeah, he kind of looks at you, PR-3, and he's like, "This is why we don't like droids."
He has a malfunction where he just can't stop talking, and so yeah, we sort of bring him along because he's useful sometimes. And I like look at PR3.
This is only 45% accurate.
ULAGO leans back out and puts 200 more credits on his chest, and he goes, "They're with me."
He looks at them and goes, "Okay, tiny one," and points back that you can go, but doesn't specify what tiny one is, and just says,
I go in. I shove my way in.
I just try to like hide behind her as she goes in, like, you know, when you're like, oh, we're all together, and you just kind of try to like push past.
Yeah, will you give me a roll for that? Let's see if you do that.
What is
This
that?
Can
think
she have
is-
advantage because she's with me and I'm big?
I will give you an advantage die on that. Yes. What are you
think
gonna roll for this?
I think it's streetwise. Because you would know how to get into a bar from being streetwise.
I would say it's more of stealth because you're trying to hide behind a human being.
Well, I'm not trying to hide. To be specific, I'm sure we've all
Mhm.
done this, where you're like, the person in front of you is getting let in. You don't have whatever credential
And
you
you're
need.
clearly with them, so you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, we're together, and you just walk with
And
them.
you just don't look at the person that's going to stop you and look like you're super confident and that you have whatever badge you need, and you just walk in.
All right,
Not
I'm
that
gonna give
I've
this
ever
to you
done that.
because under Streetwise, it says that knowing how to approach criminals is something it counts as, and so I feel like this qualifies. So
Yeah.
I'll let you Streetwise this roll. Good luck. Yeah,
Hey.
you slip on through, and left on the other side is this Nikto staring down at PR3, and he
Whoops.
says, "No weapons."
Where exactly on me would I keep a weapon?
And he kind of like looks you up and down and is just silent. And it truly to you looks like he's trying to perceive the many places you could keep weapons on your body. But he does not speak. He's just looking you up and down, eyeing you in a really weird way. you can probably sense that he thinks inside of you there could be something, which would be bad for you.
I turn around real quick and I lay down 200 credits of my own, and then I pull PR3's. That's it.
You just pull PR3 in? Okay.
Yeah,
I thought you
yeah.
said I pulled PR3s and then I heard nothing. I was like, what?
Oh, his arm.
Yeah.
My bad. I pulled his arm.
Deciding what to pull, like his
I
limb
pull
or
him
his
in.
head, like
I was like, Daeyo, what?
Mhm.
Yeah, I pull his. You know what?
Uh-oh.
And so
I'm not anatomically correct, don't worry.
you yank him through, and you put the money on the guy's chest, and he takes it, and he sort of puts it with the rest of the credits in his pocket, and it jingles. Make sure to mark down all the credits you guys spent to get in here. And yeah, you walk on in, and it appears. Description. This place is a beautiful, vibrant, active, incredibly loud casino. Not just a saloon. This is a casino. There are various slot machines everywhere that have Orabesh and very weird symbols that appear as people are like, Oda! Right? And there's people drinking at the bar, and you know, the usual tropes of Star Wars bars where there's like the weird, like, ugly alien, and then like kind of the sexy droid next to him, and then like the two people at the bar who appear to be very rich, and they're like, and they're like cheering each other. And then you see around the outside of the casino, there are all these people just sort of standing around and talking with each other and kind of like gossiping about things. But you notice that everyone here seems to be not of the same caliber as people outside. These people seem to be infinitely more wealthy and more well-to-do, and not like they have that many worries, like everyone outside who is just trying to struggle to get by. This place seems someplace where you four don't look like you belong, and it's very obvious.
Hey, speak for yourself. I work for a rich guy.
It's true. That's true, but you are scuffed up and dusty and not the droid you once were.
I forgot.
What's the plan?
where's the bar?
I'm following a Lago, so.
All right, so if I had to describe this to you, you have entered the main entrance area, and in front of you are, much like every casino in existence, there are about 400 slot machines between you and the bar. And there are various paths you can take to get there. There are people in elegant dresses and, you know, Star Wars-y suits playing games. Beyond the bar, on the sides of the bar, are places where people are playing Sabacc and other Star Wars games that have no real rules. And then beyond that are these areas that are sort of blocked off by curtains. And then there's this grand staircase above that that leads to more of the casino. But you cannot see up there yet.
I'm just still, like, in Daeyo's wake.
I'd like to scan for what security they have here.
Yeah, you can do a quick cursory scan. Give me a, let me reset some die here. Okay. Yes, go for it. Do a perception.
All right.
Yeah, God.
Well, I'm really hurting
so
myself, but
perceptive.
yeah, I'm doing it.
Yeah. It takes a lot. Again, your synapses are firing and all of your circuits are, you know, getting a little hot, but you can do it. One thing you notice, there are a lot of various tiny alcoves in the wall, and you, having known what Imperial prison blocks are like, recognize these as a very specific type of place where you would seat holo cameras. And so there are, at least from what you can tell, maybe 300, 350 spread throughout this entire area. Everything is being filmed right now.
Exercise caution. Everything we are doing is being recorded.
Wait, you're filming us? And I look at
I'm
PR3.
not filming you.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, that's really creepy, man.
There's an inordinate amount of cameras in the walls.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Yeah, no, be careful too. If you piss off one of these store clerks, they got guns that poke out of the walls and aim at you. So, not that I would know.
How is it you came to find out about these pokey guns?
Let's just say I threatened a guy.
Of course you did.
So you have the layout now. What is your plan? I know, Ulago, you just want to go to the bar?
Yeah, Lago's kind of like, he's making his way down one of the walkways towards the back where he can see the bar, and there's like obviously the big neon sign above it and stuff. I imagine people are giving him like a pretty wide berth. He's like pretty heavily armored dude.
Yes, you don't belong there so much that people are like kind of, they're moving away from you a little bit, and they're giving you kind of a stink eye. But the good news is, no one's approaching you to be like, sir, I don't think you should be here. No one's giving you a hard time. It's almost like they can sense that you probably paid to get your way in, and you probably have a blaster or something. So most of the people here, if you want to try and perceive them or do like a knowledge check or something, you can. The vibe you get from most of the people here is that they know when to hold them and know when to fold them, we'll say.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do a perception roll.
Okay. Yeah, go for it. Oh yeah, all right. You take some strain, but you, after looking around as you make your way through all of the slot machines towards the main bar area, which again, much like most casino bars, it is huge, and there are many chairs around it, and it's sort of like raised up from the casino floor, and then there's all the slot machines and all the tables around it. As you make your way there, you notice someone, a person that you don't know personally, but you know this person to be of significant wealth. It is a Bothan female, named, where did I put this? It's a Bothan female named Savos. And you know this person because long ago, you, in a past life, we'll say, were up on things in the capital, on Coruscant. And one of the major shipping cartels was run by this Bothan named Savos. And it is very successful, and it has a lot of money, but also a lot of underworld contacts. And this is a company that doesn't just ship, metals and plastics and plastoids and all that stuff. They also specialize in illicit drugs and in people and in weapons. They are not the type of people to mess with. So you assume everyone else here is roughly the equivalent. If you were on a world like this, and these are the people you find here, they probably are here because, this is the place to drop off a shipment of something. When this is where they're staying while they're doing that.
Okay. It makes a mental note of the big players to his left.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
There are many of them. You approach the bar, and one of the songs you hear, I finally found it, y'all, I'm so happy, is the song. If you want to look this up, you want to prep yourself for this background music.
Yeah.
From the Han Solo movie. It's called Chicken in a Pot. Or Chicken in the Pot, I think of it. And it's the one where it goes like... It's the one that sounds terrible.
Pot, yeah.
Chicken in the Pot. It is incredible. It's ridiculous. That's what's playing. It's the one that Brain in the Jar sings, and the girl who has like no mouth is like... Ooh. It's that. It's on in the background, coming out of speakers somewhere. Enjoy. I can't believe that thing has a name. I freaking love it. And
I want
so
you
that's
to sing more of it personally.
Oh, the one where he's like, there's no, the lyrics are like, and then she's like,
Really
it's insane. I don't know who wrote it. I don't know how it exists, but it is genuinely amazing. It does. So that's in the background.
Okay.
Enjoy if you want to put that in the background.
It, and it sounds a little better than you give it credit. A little bit.
The mental version I have is insane. Let me have this. Let me have this one.
You have it. You have it.
I turned it up, and it's kind of bonkers. Once
It's
you hear the
super
lyrics.
bonkers.
Oh,
The whole thing.
You were like high. Oh man, it'd be a great song to listen to.
I'm telling you, it's if you were, this is like on a mushrooms kind of thing. This isn't like, you'd be like, where am I? It's wild. So anyway, you approach the bar, and at the bar, it are no bartenders. It is only several droids, all of them hanging from the ceiling, and all of them with various arms and rotators and little like cup holder hands, and each of them has 8 hands, and all of them are doing 15 things at once, as the various waitresses, ranging from scantily clad Twi'leks to scantily clad androids to scantily clad whatevers, from in all sizes, varieties, genders, whatever. Everyone's just scantily clad, right? They are there to serve and look good. And so they are running around, grabbing all these drinks, and then rushing it back out to all the patrons. It is bustling, but you notice at the bar, you're the only people who actually went up to the bar. And the 4 of you are just standing there in front of these machines that are just moving around very quickly.
Lago he watches the machine for a second. He goes, right then, and just turns to look for a table.
Yeah. Okay. Because of your great perception roll so far, it shouldn't be hard to find a table. You see that there are several tables nearby that are completely and totally empty. However, none of them give you an angle on the door where you can see the entrance.
Okay.
You just want to take any of them?
Yeah, just take it anyway.
Sure. Do all 4 of you go sit down? Is that the plan?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. You begin to sit down, and right then, oh my god, what are these people called? A scantily clad Chevin approaches you. Now, if you don't know what these guys look like, feel free to Google these things. Chevin. They look like little tiny, big-faced, like furry guys. And this is a scantily clad version of that. And he stomps up to you. And, you've been around the galaxy. You recognize this to be a very sexy version of what a Chevin is. You're just like, if you were into this, you would recognize this to be the hottest of this species. And he waddles over to you, holding a tray and a digital notepad, and looks at you and says, "What will you have?"
The hot outfit you got on right there.
Thank you. And he gives you a little wink and then a little body jiggle.
Better get you a lot of tips, doesn't it?
I can give you a tip. And he jiggles a little bit.
Daeyo,
I'd
you
like to
have to
order a
stop hitting
tall
on
glass of the
everybody that
go away.
I'm just trying to give you in the order.
I'd like a water, and so would the lady. And I signify Oda.
Yeah, he taps down on his pad. He's like, "Will that be bottle or tap?"
Bottled, please. I'm not drinking the shit you guys have down here.
Yeah, he boop boop puts it in his little pad, and then he looks over at Lago. And he's like, "What about you, sailor?" He gives you a little jiggle.
He really likes it when you jiggle, this area a little more at him. You should try.
He looks at you a little weirded out because, he's a Chevin dude and he's, they're hairy, so there's nothing there to even see ever. So he looks at
it anyway.
Yeah, he looks at Lago and looks at Daeyo and is just like, okay. He just sort of jiggles a little bit.
Get me a fire. Just
May
get
I
me a
make a
fire water.
suggestion?
Something good.
Fire water. And he starts writing, on his pad, fire water. And then he looks over and is like, anything else?
Can I make a suggestion about the jiggling?
Do you want jiggle? And he sort of
No.
approaches you, PR3.
My suggestion is to never do it again.
As you say that, another table nearby, it is 2 clawdites, which are kind of like green-skinned. They almost have leathery-looking skin. There's 2 of them in sort of fancy outfits. One's a man, one's a woman, and they whistle at this Shevin, and they're like, "Come over here, baby." And he's like, "Do you have any other orders?"
I hope.
Okay. And then he like
Good.
sexily walks towards the other group, and then you see them like cheer and hoot and holler as he sort of like burrowly just rubbing his body on them, and it is incredibly unsexy and incredibly ridiculous looking, and he's just kind of like a woolly mammoth rubbing his body on these 2 green people, and they're just like in the moment. And
Oda's kind of
after-
like, oh my, oh.
yeah, but no matter what, it still appears to be just ridiculous, like Star Wars ridiculous. And so,
But it means a lot to them. You know, this is an intimate moment to them, and Oda feels like they should have some privacy.
yeah, well, one thing you notice is that it appears like money can get you anything here. They throw some credits at the Shevin, and he waddles off with the credits, and he sort of puts them in one of his pouches that he has in his fur, which, you know, if you don't have pockets, you got pouches, and he puts it in a pouch and waddles off to go grab your drinks at the bar, which are being made by the droid with the many, many hands. He comes back, and he presents you with the bottled water, and Lago, your drink is literally a cup that is flaming on the top. And he sets it down, and he's like, "If you need anything, call." Wink. And then sort of waddles away.
Okay, cool. Lago blows out the top and has a deep sip.
Yeah, it is surprisingly delicious. You definitely realize that this place isn't trying to sell you watered down alcohol. It is straight up the good stuff. And,
Oda is like holding her water and jealously, like trying not to, but jealously looking at Ulago's fire water. She's like, "Thanks, Daeyo." Drinking it.
I forgot that she ordered for you.
Yeah,
What did you order? What?
water.
Just water. Just water.
And Oda, of course, would never make Daeyo feel bad about what Daeyo ordered, and also wouldn't want to let people know that she, as a Jedi, would have preferred the fire water.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh my god. Yeah, you are drinking this bottled water. Here's the thing. It is some good water from one of the most beautiful planets, shipped in from a planet you all know. It's a jewel of the Republic, Alderaan. It is known for its beautiful lakes and wonderful streams and beautiful mountains and the fresh water. Oh my god, but it's rare. And so, of course, it's been brought in from Alderaan, and you are just drinking this, like, Alderaan Springs water.
Oh, Oda doesn't even know what a rare commodity she has.
Yeah, unfortunately. Well, here's the thing. It's about to get a lot rarer in the future.
That's
So,
what I mean.
enjoy.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. It is one of those things where you taste it and it is almost transcendent. It is a very special type of water. It's like was that in Lord of the Rings when he gets the water, or was that in The Hobbit? One of them, they get the water and they're like, and it like glows. It's like glowy
that's the
water.
first one, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, this is some glowy ass water. It's that kind of thing. It's like it almost is transcendent, this water. It's really refreshing, is basically what it is.
Can be the best water in the world. It's still water.
It's true. You're absolutely right. And you sit there smug as shit, drinking your alcohol. All right. You have your drinks. What now?
I mean, Lago looks like he's content. Just
Okay.
killing some time, having a drink.
You guys want to sit here for a little bit and have a drink and recover all of your strain that you've suffered?
Yes.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
We have time to waste.
Let me see how much time you waste here. This is, let's say, give me like a Are you trying to cover all your strain? Is that the idea? You not just a little bit, but all of it?
I have 7. I don't know how much other people have.
I got 4. I imagine we'd be
I
here
only
for
like 5.
you know, an hour.
I only
or
had
two
1 strain.
All right.
Before
I'm
everyone
gonna
except
do
the
based
Lago
on the
got
highest.
irritated.
I'm gonna do based on the highest strain. So we'll do a RD7 and see what it turns out to be. Yeah, you spend 2 hours there.
Okay.
And you sit long enough to watch everyone kind of come through, and all the big shots sort of walk by. And while you don't recognize anyone else, the Bothan that you knew has now left, probably to go do something illegal. And you still see that the crowds are coming in. A lot of people are coming in. People are sort of moving in and out, but you can't really tell what time it is because it feels like every casino. There's a ceiling that is covered in lights and it's bright and well lit. And if you were trying to hide from anyone, this is not the place to hide from them. But then again, maybe it is, because they wouldn't look for you in a place like this.
They wouldn't be able to get in a place like this.
True. So 2 hours have passed, and you've sipped your drinks, and I assume had a few more at the hands of this guy. What now?
Lago is pretty content. I mean, maybe the other guys are antsy and they want to do something else, but he's an old man, dude. He's got his feet up. He's having a drink. It's been a while.
Yeah, is there anything you want to do? I mean, I know, Oda, you said that you wanted to maybe look into mods. I'm sure PR-3 wants to, I don't know, try to figure out where his master is, maybe.
Probably a good idea.
And Daeyo, you just got like a new blade. I'm not sure what you want to do with that. What's your guys' vibe? What are you thinking?
Oda definitely does want to go for a mod. And I think once they've kind of been sipping their water for a while, she's going to be just like looking around for anyone else who actually got to come in with their weapons, if she sees anybody toting weapons.
Yeah. Give me a perception check to see if you notice that. Here's the thing.
Oops.
You 100% you notice one true fact of this entire thing. You are the only people here with visible weapons. Everyone else around you either has them concealed or does not have weapons, which can either be very good for you or terrible, because it's probably people that don't need weapons because there's like 80 dudes with blasters outside waiting for them to leave.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows? But you can tell that you're the only people with visible weapons.
Well, that doesn't help me at all.
You look like you want to get out of here.
Well, not necessarily, but I just was thinking, in a place like this, why not take the opportunity to upgrade things, you know?
Not in this place, we won't.
Well,
They'll
not
add
here,
they'll add 2
exactly.
zeros just for good measure.
Well, see, the thing is, if someone were looking to modify a blaster, and they were trying to do that elsewhere, there might be certain regulations on it. But
Well,
if
we
you
just-
did it here...
Well, I mean, you're just asking the cantina down the street.
Well, why not here?
Do you see anyone with a weapon?
Well, no.
They're not
Well, fine,
here.
let's go to the cantina.
Okay. I was starting to enjoy myself.
Well, we can... whenever.
Lago calls over the sexy but not sexy beast.
Right.
for-
Oh no.
for the
Very
bill.
sexy, just, not your thing.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, that's what I meant.
Comes over and is just
I'm
like,
acknowledging the sexiness. It just doesn't do
of
it for
course,
me.
of course. Thank you. He comes over and is just like, yes? You want some more?
No, sell, please.
Okay. And he puts down the data pad. The data pad reads 4,862 credits. By the way, most of it's for the wall.
Yeah, I figured it would be.
3,000 of it is specifically for the water.
Oh, thank you, Daeyo. That was such a sweet gift for you to order for me.
Yeah, I'm not paying.
Yeah. ULAGO pays it and then adds
I know you're
credits.
trying to math out the perfect number so that you can
No.
have like an even number at the end.
No, it's alright. Yeah, he tips 500 credits and sells
Okay.
the bill.
Yeah. Make sure to mark that down. And yeah, he looks at you and he's like, "Thank you, sir."
Literally,
And takes.
ULAGO is winded by the price of that water. Like, he's trying to hide it, but he actually is in shock.
This actually does bring Oda some comfort that there is an amount of money that ULAGO would feel like is too much.
Yeah, for water, it is anything. 1 credit is too much.
You've paid up.
Yeah.
You are good. Are you just gonna walk out and leave?
Yeah, I think. Well, I'll follow Oda. She's
Sure.
got a game plan.
As you all stand up, Lago, based on the 2 hours you spent there, how much would you say you had to drink?
I'd say 2 or 3. He was, I mean, conscious of the price tag that they were going to slap on it. You know,
Sure.
enough to get relaxed.
3D, let's say, what are these, D20s? Sure. Perfect. As the 4 of you stand, Lago, you stand up, and turns out there was something in that fire water that was a little bit more alcoholic than you
I
expected.
mean, it's fucking firewood, Mr. Cox. ULAGO knew what to expect.
And so,
you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
look, I know what you mean. And so, and so you stood up, and it's one of those things where, if you've ever had that like sit down drunk or sit down intoxicated in any variety, when you stand, you're like, oh no, you
Yeah.
have that.
Okay.
And
cool.
as you do, you have this sort of flash, and the jingling of the coins coming out of machines, and the lights, and the flashing strobes, and all the people. You have sort of this moment of a flashback.
Oh,
and-
no, I'm the target of today's episode. No.
That's a 19. Bing!
No.
And so you have a flashback, and to everyone else, you are frozen still, but in your mind, you are seeing a war scene play out before you, and people screaming, and there is explosions everywhere, and you see dead friends on the ground, and you hear the voice. You hear the voice of someone named Su-Hao screaming for you to get behind cover, as you hear the clashing of a lightsaber in the distance, but you cannot see this person. We do not see this person, but you can hear the sound of a lightsaber. You can hear this person shouting for you, and you are shouting back to her. And there is an explosion that rocks you and flings you back, and you end up on the ground. Can you tell me a little bit more about where this is, what's happening? Maybe give us some indication about what is happening right now.
Yeah, it's actually a flashback to a war.
Okay.
You can clearly see that ULAGO is a Republic soldier, and the soldiers around him are also adorned in Republic armor, and they are fighting someone, and they are losing.
Are there any clones with you?
Yes,
Are they on your side or the other side?
the other side.
Cool. And this person that's with you is a Jedi of some sort?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
And this Jedi is fighting against you or against the clones?
Against the clones.
Okay. And the clones are winning, and you are. Would you say you're in a base, or you're out in the open, or you
We're out-
are?
in this specific flashback, they're out in the open and they're trying to fall back, and he keeps screaming at this Jedi to fall back with them, but
Sure.
she won't.
Yeah, there is a shuttle in the background that you are trying to direct her to. And you begin to have these sort of like flashes of her screaming at you, Lago! And then flashes of Oda like in the cantina screaming at you. And then flashes of her, and then a flash of Daeyo above you being like, Lago! And then a flashback of her being like, Lago! And then it keeps doing that, where your friends around you are just like, what the shit is going on? And you have sunk back into your seat, and you are spaced out. Like something is triggered in you that you are seeing stuff that is not there right now. Is there anything the three of you want to do for him, as he's just gone?
I'm gonna walk up and slap him.
Yeah, Lago, we see Daeyo slap you. What is happening in your vision?
It's just it's like shrapnel, debris.
Yeah, it's
explosions.
like one of those. I'm sure a great director could do one of those things where it's like, as Daeyo goes to slap him, the camera does this, but like there's an explosion of shrapnel that hits you, and you sort of like fly over. Yeah, and then you
feeling of whiplash.
Yes, and then you pop awake.
Yeah,
and you are sitting back in the chair you were at, and what is revealed to all of us is you weren't quiet while this was going on, except for the jingling of coins in the background. Almost everyone's now staring at you. You were loudly screaming this person's name.
Can
you were
I
loudly.
Yeah. Can I attempt to like put his arm over my shoulder and sort of like try to just guide him out by carrying a lot of his weight?
Of course you can. I mean,
what was he
he's
screaming?
Suhao, Suhao, I believe, if that's how you pronounce that.
Yeah.
And so that's what he was screaming.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna attempt to try and guide him out. Kind of like, you know, when your friend is really drunk, like really, really drunk, and you have to, like, they're about to pass out, and you're just trying to get them out of the bar.
Lago realizing the situation, and Daeyo's attempting to pick him up and help him. He pushes her away. He grabs his gun. I'm fine, and he storms out. He's shoving people out of the way as he leaves.
Let me see if you do storm out.
Okay.
Give me an athletics check. You're pretty messed up right now.
Okay.
Nope. Nope. You go to storm out and you stumble and fall, and you sort of smack into the table. And again, everyone around you, at least in the earshot vicinity, is kind of staring at you. The couple that were at the other table, the Claudites, are just like, what the? The bartender is looking at you like, oh man, this guy, or not the bartender, the waiter is looking at you like, this guy, what the hell happened to him? Yeah, you fall right on the ground.
Like flat on his face from that roll.
Absolutely. Just massive. You try to stumble, walk, and you just fall.
Can I see if in all my like streetwise smuggly, you know, criminal underworld knowledge, there is some sort of like sober up quick cure that I know?
Here's the thing. I will say that just being a basic smuggler that you are, you've had a few nights where you've had to get people sober quick, and there is, you know, a known recipe that exists that can help them. Yeah, but you'd have to ask the bartender to make it.
But the bartender's like, can I talk to the bartender?
You could talk to the waiter too.
Yeah, I motion the Shevin back over.
Yeah, and the Shevin like sort of hobbles back over, and it's like, do you need help?
Do you know the ingredients for a sunrise grenade?
Sunrise grenade? Lady, you are crazy.
But you can make it, right?
We can make anything. And he sort of boop, boop, boop into his pad and goes back to the bartenders. And the bartenders, one of the droids, physically stops moving and sort of turns to Shevin. And Shevin's like, I know. And then goes back and starts pulling things off the shelf. And it is the things being pulled are like a jar that has weird tentacles in it, and a thing that probably resembles hot sauce, and another thing that looks like weird eggs, and another one that has like slugs swimming in it. And he starts taking juices from all these different things and putting it into this big, long sort of one of those. I'm trying to think what those called. Schooner? Whatever those things are called. The long glasses. Schooner? Is that a boat? Whatever. And hands it to the waiter, and the waiter brings it back to you, Oda, and it's like, good luck.
Thank you. I just kind of like grab Ulago's chin and try to just kind of like down the hatchet.
Lago, do you have something we can see if you just swallow this all? Let's do cool. Let's do cool and see if you're cool enough to just drink this all.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna use the light side.
This is the best time to use it.
Yeah.
I will upgrade you.
Okay.
Nice.
Whoop. You did it. Make sure to actually use the point too.
Yeah.
So yeah, you managed to drink all of it down without spilling any, and you pop up awake and scream loudly and then immediately pass out. The Shevin looks at you and says it should take 5 hours for him to fully recover.
What?
But he'll be good in 5 hours.
I thought this was a sober quick thing.
He looks at you and he's like, this is a don't die thing, and sort of like wobbles away. But Lago, you managed to get yourself back up, but from now on for the next 5 in-game hours, you will have a disadvantage die on all of your rolls. But you are up and you are sober.
Cool.
How do you feel?
Like hell. Should we go?
Who
I mean, we were
who's,
waiting on you. What do you mean, should we go? We literally have been
I
sitting
thought we'd
here
spend
listening
another
to your
minute here, so let's
night
go.
character.
I was
Okay.
already outside.
PR-3 is just like tapping his foot.
Yeah. Let's go. And I start to walk out.
Do you want to, as you're leaving, do you want to question him at all, Oda? I heard you're about to do it. I heard you're about to do it.
She'll wait till they're not in the bar. If he's gonna go out, she'll wait till he's outside and then ask.
Yeah, the group of you go out to the street out front, past the Nikto who's guarding the door, and he sort of looks at you, and he's like, had fun.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
No deaths. He like winks at you. And for once, he's very pleased that someone with weapons went into the casino and didn't kill a person. And he sort of like gives you a wink as the group of you walk out. And now you are standing in the middle of the street. And as you can see from all the different images that you have, it's, people are bustling around. It's crowded, but there's space where you can have some alone time as you find yourselves out in the middle of the street once again.
I kind of take Ulago's arm and I'm like, who is Suhao?
None of your damn business.
Well, somebody woke up on the wrong side of the sunrise grenade.
I'm going to steal that name. Sunrise Grenade.
How do you like
Okay. So, you're now outside. You've been to the casino. You've wasted 2 hours. What's the plan? What are you going to do?
Daeyo, what does your new blade do?
Hopefully it kills people. I mean, and I look at her, I'm like, stuns people?
Oh, a stun blade. Very interesting.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
What
The
are you
goal
talking
was
about? Vibroblades are incredibly deadly.
Is there like a thing that we can disable on you to where you don't talk without a command first?
No.
Oh, that's too bad. I think there is though. I think we could find something probably.
Hey, Daeyo, give me a knowledge roll, please.
Oh God.
Knowledge, let's say
The shutdown button.
I'll let you do either education or xenology.
Doesn't matter which one.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
You very much know that somewhere on this rock you could probably find a restraining bolt that would definitely shut him up or shut him down. Yeah.
But just for that, I'm gonna give that advantage to him if PR-3 has to make another roll today.
Good.
Because I think that I would look at him and I would just smirk, and then he would know that I know that there's something there.
Yeah. I think he's probably very well aware that there's a restraining bolt out there with his name on it if he keeps it up.
PR-3, weren't you looking for someone?
Yes, I was looking for my previous owner.
Well, why do you need them? You have us now.
Because he's much richer than you are.
Well, that's because ULAGO keeps spending all our money.
This is true.
Oh, and the ship was stolen, so that sucks.
So at
The
what
guy that
point
was
we
on
were
ship,
richer.
though, I got him off in time. So, and I pat Oda on the shoulder, so you should be happy I got him off. Not like that, though. I mean, I got him off the ship.
Your sexual exploits really are none of my business. I know.
Pay attention to my wording. Shit.
Anyway, so are you saying that if we had managed to keep our ship and our money, you would have wanted to stay with us?
Oh, sorry.
You like us just a little bit?
Let me think about it. No,
Hmm.
I don't feel anything one way or the other. Lucky for you, I don't have the foggiest idea where to look for a lead now.
Well, I don't know where to get my blaster modded. You don't know where to look for the person you're looking for. DAEYO really needs to stop flirting with everybody. ULAGO's not feeling well. So maybe we should just go, I don't know, lie down?
You can do that. You definitely can.
I could always consult a terminal one more time.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, you've perceived many terminal locations, or so you can. This is good to you. Yeah. Give me a computers check. What are you looking for? Tell me what you're after.
Oh God. Is there any like really cool like medieval times type restaurants where they reenact old lightsaber battles?
Medieval times?
I'm just messing with you.
For
Cold War
you,
times.
sure, but it's called Republic times. and
Republic
it's,
times.
You know, that's all right. It's, you know.
What oh God, what could I even? I guess I could look up my previous owner's name, or did I get the location name where he was taken, like the actual name? Or was it just a general coordinate?
You know that he was taken to Project Stardust is where he was headed.
Project Stardust. Well, I'm not searching for that because I ain't gonna find nothing on Project Stardust.
Maybe you should look up Suhao.
You look up Suhao. All right, why not? I'm not telling ULAGO about it though.
Yeah, is that what you want to do? You want to look
Sure.
up Suhao?
Why not?
Go for it.
Boy, did I not look it up. I misspelled
Here's the
it.
thing. When you type in the name, the computer locks you out.
Oh, well then.
Well, that's something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, it's not the computer that locks you out. It's the, like, Star Wars version of Google locks you out. You can still use a computer, but your searches on the Galaxy Web, the HoloNet, if you will, are now locked out. So you can no longer HoloNet search someone, like your master, for instance. But you can still look up stuff on things that are on the planet.
You
It
got like the
seems
NSA
that
locked.
name has locked me out of the search. I feel very bad for people that misspell somehow.
All right, what now? You've clearly done something wrong, but what now?
I'll just look up where she can upgrade her stuff, honestly. May as well.
Sure, of course.
Another computer roll?
Yeah,
Or
give
the
me another
same
one.
because it was so bad.
Give me a different one.
All right, thank you.
Because you were looking up a specific thing then.
All right.
Yes, this time you manage to find all sorts of information. You learn, crazy enough, that one of the main features of this world is that pretty much anyone can mod anything at any time. While again, there is no directory of like, this is where the modders are. You know for a fact that many of the people on this rocky, whatever the hell this asteroid really is, this planetoid, on here in this city, in Kafrene, there are many people who could mod stuff for you. You just go up and start asking people.
Really?
Yep.
There's no best.
There's no directory, so there is no best.
That's true. There's no best.
But maybe you can determine who's best.
That's true.
It seems that if you wish to have an upgrade, Oda, there are many, many options available. Perhaps we should question who is the top choice.
Great. Absolutely. Where should we look?
I don't know.
Well, that seems to be about the same amount of information we had before.
I'm at a loss.
All right. Oda turns to the nearest person and says, "Hello, do you know where to get a blaster modded?"
Let me have a leadership role from you. Let's see if they respond to you. Nope, they walk right by. They just walk right on by. They don't even acknowledge you.
Thanks. I'll give those advantage back to PR-3 because he's been trying so hard at the terminal.
Okay. Yeah, what now? You tried to approach a person and they ignored you.
I think the Force is telling me that I should keep my blaster the way they are.
Do you say that out loud or do you say that to the group? I'm sorry, or to yourself?
She says that to herself. She starts saying it out loud. She's like, I think my gut is telling me that there's not going to be any modification.
Okay. So you've given up on the mods.
Mm-hmm.
Now what?
She looks at DAEYO. Now what?
I look at ULAGO and say the same thing.
Have you ever tried to find a restaurant with multiple people around and none of them ever wants to choose?
Ulago's still like in and out, but
well, I do know a place where
the cantina.
Oh, you want us to go to the cantina now?
Everyone conceal your weapons so that this time we don't have to pay so much to go inside.
Yeah, let me just hide this sword in my pants.
Yeah, let me just conceal this 4-foot rifle.
I didn't, great. Glad you can.
Don't you have a number of orifices, being a fleshy being?
That's true.
Yeah, let me just shove a vibro sword up there.
I'll give you an orifice in a minute, PR3.
I don't require any.
You can tell Ulago is in a very bad mood. Very bad mood.
At least Oda is, she's wearing this long robe, so it's really easy to have stuff just kind of hidden underneath all of the layers of clothes she has. So she's gonna try to do that.
So on this street, what you can see, at least on this street, is, again, going back to our list of things, there's Wemo's, which is a bar that looks like people are actively avoiding it. And then there's a place called Guthry's Guild House, which is a pub that looks like it is bustling with people. And there you can hear laughter from inside, and it seems pretty vibrant.
That sounds fun.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Guthry's Guild House is the...
Oda motions to it.
I mean...
I push her forward to make her lead.
All right.
Yeah. The three fleshy beings head towards Guthry's Guild House. PR3, do you follow them?
I guess.
All right, yeah. You go to the guild house and you see the front door is sort of like those saloon doors, right? Where you like you push them open and people are entering and leaving, and you see that some have weapons, some don't, but everyone seems very jovial and they're having a good time. It is very loud, Lago. There's some music in the background. What you hear is not the sultry tones of chicken in the pot, but instead you hear everyone's favorite cantina band. You hear that in the background.
Nice.
As soon as ULAGO starts to hear it, he turns around, he sits on a box outside, and he leans on his rifle. He's not going in.
Sure. And so the three of you walk in, leaving ULAGO outside, and the minute you enter, the best way I can describe it is an intergalactic Applebee's. It is people in like suspenders walking around. They have like buttons and stuff, and a human male walks up to you and is like, "Greetings! Can I get y'all a table?"
Yes, please.
"All right, follow me." And he sort of, like hops along, holding on to his suspenders, and he seats you at one of those
Jesse?
high tables. Yeah.
How many pieces of flair does he have on?
Nice.
Exactly 31 pieces of flair.
Wow, that's the minimum required.
It's a lot.
Well, here's the thing: he's not the best. He could be fired later today because is the minimum really okay? And so he leads you over to the table, and he's like, "Well, all right, sit tight. We got the best drinks in the galaxy. Can I interest you all in some Rancor poppers?"
I really hope not.
Why? Why do you hope not?
They'd sound very festive, and I don't like that.
They've got Rancor sauce on the inside.
I love Rancor sauce. Please, one order of those.
Of course you do. I'll be right back. And he's sort of like, and like hobbles away. And you look around, and there are dozens of humans that look roughly the same as him. All of them, about 5'11", blonde hair, with these sort of mechanical enhanced eyes. And all of them have this, what I would assume is the space equivalent of not quite fit, but like not a mess. Almost dad bod, but not really. And all of them are acting the exact same way. It's almost like if you're hired to work here, they make you into the model employee. And so
Oh God.
all of these people look roughly the same. Doesn't matter. They clearly are. There's some differences from skin tone to gender to, but they all look roughly the same. And so they're walking around sort of holding the different trays of food and drinks. And unlike the place you just were, where the drinks looked elegant and the water was 3,000 credits, this place, the drinks look like fun slushies. And, one looks like chocolate. And another one sort of has like 50, fruits coming out the top of it. And so everyone's running around. They're all excited. And he comes back to you with the Rancor, and he puts it down, and it looks like what you can tell, some sort of I don't know, we'll call them pippers because it's Star Wars and it's never the same thing. A spicy green pipper, and inside is Rancor cheese, and it's deep fried,
Nice.
and then there's like some nice sauce with it. And he sets it on the table. He's like, "Hope y'all enjoy it. Can I get you a drink?"
Oh, yes. What's that chocolate one?
Oh my, that's one of my favorites. It's called Cheesel's Delight.
Cheezels?
Cheezels? You don't know Cheezel?
God
Oh my. Everyone around here knows Cheezel.
Who's Cheezel?
Well, only one of my favorite people. Cheezel once was a little oh my goodness, he is a little tiny guy, and he always would come in here and be like, "Can you put chocolate in my drink?" And so we were like, "Okay." So we made this for him. He is a very important person.
Well, in that case, I'll have one and another for the lady. And she points to Dot.
Yeah, he's like, "2 Cheesel's Delights. Y'all about to be in chocolate heaven."
Can I ask you something?
What's up, my friend?
Do you ever just have a moment of clarity and say, oh God, I am a fountain of tedium, and consider throwing yourself from a precipice?
He holds your cheeks, or what I guess would be considered your cheeks, and he stares you directly in the eyes and almost under his breath goes, every day. And turns around and say, I'll be right back, y'all. And like runs, like goes the other way. And is just like whistling to himself. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that answers my question.
You are now in the middle of this bar. All this bustle and all these people moving around. Outside, Lago, you're sitting there and you can hear all the different people shouting at each other from the stalls, like, come over here, buy this thing. And you can hear someone be like, we have your nuts, lots of nuts, get big nuts, and you can see him like holding what appears to be legumes of some sort, and he's, shouting at people. And then there are, in the time you're outside, you see hundreds and hundreds of people pass you. Everyone that looks like, pilgrims of some sort of weird religion to people that look like smugglers or maybe bounty hunters. People are giving you a look because you are wearing what appears to be old, possibly Republic armor. And they're giving you this look, but no one's really approaching you. No one's really talking to you. You get the vibe this is probably a safe place for a dude in armor with a gun. And you find yourself with some alone time. And you think back on what just happened to you in the bar. What are your thoughts? What is going through your head right now?
Lago reaches into his breastplate and he pulls out like a chain with a small little device on it. And you see him like run it over his fingers, and he hits a little button, and a small hologram appears of a Mirialan woman. She's in robes. She's got tattoos, but she's very pretty. And the sound in the street is it's almost like when you're underwater. It becomes muffled.
Sure.
And he's just staring, and he doesn't know how long he stares at it, but he's just sitting there and he's staring at this hologram.
Yeah, and for cinematography's sake, there's like a wide shot of you alone as all these people are passing you by, and for some reason there is kind of like a little light shining directly on you, letting everyone notice how alone you are as your
and his hair falls
companions
past his face, you know what I mean? And
as your companions have left you for this moment at least, and you find yourself in a little bit of reflection. And as we get some insight into your character, we cut back inside, and the waiter approaches you again with
jarring.
with two giant chocolate drinks, places them down on the counter, and is like, all right, I hope you enjoy. If you need me, ask for Dale. And turns around and sort of walks away. You now have Rancor poppers and two chocolatey drinks. The drinks are pretty much the equivalent of alcoholic milkshakes.
Ooh, there's like a mudslide.
Essentially, yes.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oda is like, she's kind of looking like a kid that knows she's not supposed to eat something, but is like eating it and looking around to make sure that nobody's gonna yell at her. And she's like, oh my gosh. Oh, good.
The smile on your face and the look that you have is reflected in the glass that has on it an etching of what appears to be a little tiny man dressed in furs with a big smile, and around the glass it says, ah ha ha, so good.
Are these souvenir glasses, Dale?
Dale looks back at you and goes, for you? Sure.
Can we, excuse me, the glass would say, ah ya ya, so good? Not ah ha ha, so good?
Well, here's the thing.
Lost in translation.
Cheezel licenses things, and sometimes they aren't licensed. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
So yeah, this is it says ah ha ha, so good. I'm letting you all know. One day you're gonna meet Cheezel. Just a heads up.
I miss him
Cheezel's
dearly.
happening.
I miss
I
him.
don't know
It's gonna
Cheezel. I'm completely in the dark. Other than
when
this
Cheezel comes, you'll be like, well, I should have stayed in the dark. Yep. So you sit there drinking this, and it is delicious. Truly, like, to you, The water was great, and it was an experience, and it was something, you know, like when you go out to dinner and you sit at like the chef's table and they give you a little sample of something, like, oh, that was lovely. But sometimes that pizza is still just great. This is that moment. This is that thing where you're like, you know, that water from Alderaan was lovely, and I appreciated it, and it was so good. But this is that nasty pizza, and you have these poppers, and you have this chocolate drink. You were going to town, DAEYO. The chocolate drink is in front of you. These weird poppers are on the plate.
I
What are
passed
you
my
thinking?
drink to PR3. I slide it to no.
What am I supposed to do with this?
Use your little scanner things and find a little kid that wants a drink or something. I don't know. Do something.
I will give it to a minor then.
It's
Yeah,
hard
give
liquor.
this drink to a
It's
minor.
hard liquor. Yeah, all right. PR3, you gonna look for a kid?
Absolutely. Let me roll for this perception.
Great.
Daeyo is secretly very offended because she drank Daeyo's fancy water gracefully when it was ordered for her, and now Oda ordered what she thinks is a delightful treat, and Daeyo won't even try it.
I look at Oda. Do I see, like, can I visibly see, like, you're just kind of annoyed?
She's like got the straw, and she's kind of just like,
Don't take offense to it. You know, I'm on the job. I'm not gonna drink. I'm not gonna end up like. And I like lean over to Oda, and I'm like, you know, like him. And I point to.
oh, that's true. I
Yeah,
didn't
you
think
don't
about
need
that.
two of us doing that. We already got one.
I don't think it's that strong, but I understand being on duty.
I haven't had sugar in a long time. It might be that strong.
Wow, no sugar.
Yeah, no. Wait, aren't you? No sugar. I mean, you look pretty lean for someone with no sugar.
Oh, I
Or
mean,
with lots of
right.
sugar.
I mean, I also try to stay away from sugar. Yes.
Yeah, you also try to stay away from money, don't you?
Yeah. Money doesn't mean anything to me.
I bet.
Sorry, I had to look up if sugar was the actual name in Star Wars. Yeah, it is. That's so disappointing to me. I thought it was gonna be called like something great, but nope, it's sugar. Sugar and cream in calf are a fact. Cream? Space cream? I don't like that. All right, anyway. Sorry. It upsets me. They went out of their way to name it calf, but they're like, put your sugar in it.
I mean,
Yeah.
they just took a letter off cafe. They really didn't go out of their way to make
Still,
calf.
though.
Just fucking clear it up.
Still though, they everything else has like a weird name. It's, you know, the spicy sauce is called Rancor sauce. That's like just the way it is. It's a weird thing that they do. I don't know.
It should be called
Anyway.
like lact or something like that.
Right?
Yeah.
Put your lact in your calf. It makes
Yeah.
sense.
I hate it.
Anyway.
I hate it.
so do I. All right. So are you really going to look for someone, PR3?
Yeah, it makes
Go
sense.
for it. Give me the
I
roll
don't
then.
want it.
Can
I
I?
may as well
can
give it
I,
to an innocent child.
While he does that, can I make a like whatever a sleight of hand-ish type check would be to try to just like snatch it out of his hand?
Sure.
take
Yeah.
it back?
Both of you can make the rolls. Yes.
What would that be? Like stealth?
Coordination, right?
Oh, yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. Ha!
Yeah, PR3, you begin to look around, and as you do, Oda just takes it from you. And now, Oda, you have two in front of you, and
Both
you are
straws.
the happiest,
Well,
the happiest
then,
Jedi Padawan there ever was in the history of all of Star Wars.
Who's a
I
Jedi
guess I did
Padawan?
end up giving it to a child.
Yeah, I mean, smuggler, tough smuggler, the happiest, very tough smuggler there ever was.
Mhm.
After some time of drinking, let's say, oh my god, let's give you 7 because of the thing. Oh my god, you spend a long time inside there. It is like a fun house for you. Oda, we get a montage of you going around to tables and interacting with like a Gungan family. And it becomes very clear that these contained a lot of sugar, and Daeyo was definitely right. And so the montage is of you very hyperly interacting with everyone. And Daeyo and PR3 just like, what the hell? And you're going around and you stump the Gungan family and they're like laughing and having a time with you. And then you go over and some like Corellian humans are just like, oh, come on over. And you sort of share little riblets with them. And then you go back, you talk to all the wait staff, and the wait staff are giving you high fives. And they give you one of their little buttons, one of their pieces of flair. And you sort of pin it on your robe. And the piece of flair is a little tiny button that says, Palpatine for Chancellor.
Oh no.
And it says Palpatine for Chancellor on the thing. And everyone, and it looks, kind of looks like an old button, like one of those old, like, I'm with Ike buttons. Yeah. Because, Palpatine was Chancellor 15, 20 years ago at this point.
Yeah.
And so, everyone's just like, ah, ha, 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 ha. And you are having this great time, but
I imagine it like a scene where like the camera stays on DAEYO and PR-3 in like fast motion and they stay motionless and Oda's just like doop, 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 all around behind them.
Yes, absolutely.
I would say the whole time DAEYO is basically just like babysitting. Like she's just making sure that no one's like fucking with Oda otherwise. Maybe like
it turns out no one is. It is actually incredibly boring for the two of you because it is the happiest place ever. Everyone there.
DAEYO going like this, like she's just like, oh my god, I just want to go to bed.
It seems completely out of place, but almost as if it's a respite from the crappy world outside. And everyone there is having a wonderful time. And in the time that you're sitting there, as Oda is going between all the seats, the customers in that quick time also change. Like, customers have come and gone and are different around you, and you're still sitting there. 7 whole hours goes past. And
the most important question is, in those 7 hours, how many souvenir glasses do I walk away with?
On the table, as you like quickly move past them, the glasses continue to grow and sort of pile on. And by the time you're done, you have 8 souvenir glasses. All of them on the table.
To my inventory.
All right, good luck carrying those. And so you have 8 souvenir glasses. All of them say, all of them have Cheesel's face, and it says, ah, good, it's so good. And then, you begin to slow as your quickness begins to slow, and suddenly a wall. It's almost like a wall of time hits the scene, and you just end up back at the table, exhausted, completely drained. Yes, and the staff looks at you and they're like, well, all right, sweetie, I think it's time y'all went home. You got a place to stay?
No.
No place to stay? Not even with these two? And he sort of like, Dale points at DAEYO and PR-3. I thought they were taking care of you.
She looks at DAEYO.
I take out my vibro sword and I put it next to me. Like, I'm just like, no, I'm taking care of her. Doesn't mean I have a house here.
Well, all right. And he puts down the bill right in front of you. And it says 3,000 credits.
Oh. ULAGO!
It cuts to ULAGO outside who is asleep on his stoop.
No, he's not there.
Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, where did you go?
ULAGO, 7 hours is a long fucking time. So,
yeah.
He's out here. He's like, whatever, they'll be out when they're out. He's kept the bar in eyeshot. But, he went and got the Star Wars equivalent of road tacos. And, there's a Wookiee and a Towels, and they were playing sabacc on some boxes down the street, and he's like jumped in, and like it's super low stakes, and they're just doing it because they're bored. Like,
yeah, all right.
But he's not in earshot of the bar. He's in eyeshot of the bar.
Yeah, and at this point you are completely sobered up. Like whatever affected you does not affect you anymore. You're fine. You don't have a negative impact on your dice anymore. You're cool. Doing good. Yeah, you call out nothing. DAEYO, you have the bill in front of you. What do you do?
Pay it. I pay 3,000 and I do not give it to.
Yeah, you pay 3,000. Make sure to mark that down on your credits. And he looks at you. He's like, "Oh, thanks," and like walks away.
I like say to him as he leaves, "Y'all are ripping us off. Don't even act like you're surprised."
You drank for
Those-
7 hours.
Yeah, he looks at you and he goes, "Those are collector's glasses," and then
Didn't he
storms off.
say that- Okay, can I roll real quick? I
What are
want
you
to
gonna try? What are you gonna try and roll?
If she knows the actual saying of Cheezel.
If she knows about Cheezel, she already said she did it.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
your character, Daeyo? Daeyo?
Huh?
Yeah, go for it. I thought you meant Anna's character, but yeah, if you want to, go for it.
This has got to be immense difficulty, Jesse. This
Yeah, I mean,
no
you might be
way.
right. Cheezel is a master of the underworld. I might have to
It's true.
increase.
It's true.
difficulty. Yeah.
Do you want the light side point, Daeyo?
You
I
might
want
need it.
the light side. How difficult are you gonna make it?
Cheezel is
You
a
have
master
no
of
right.
the underworld.
You have no right to know Cheezel. That's how difficult this should be.
She
Yeah.
also has. Jesse would know. She also has connections. Come on.
Look, here's the
He's
thing.
Cheezel.
Cheezel is like the Phantom of the Opera. It only whispers. No one truly knows the might of
Jesse, but
Cheezel.
she's a bounty hunter, and Lena was also a bounty hunter.
I don't know. No one knows that name, Wink. So I would say that
I'm a nobody in the past.
definitely use a destiny point for sure. And with all of those bonuses you have, PR3, if you want to give her a bonus, you can do that as well.
You want it?
Yes,
It's for
yes, I
Cheezel.
do.
Here
Yes.
you go. I bestow it.
All
on you.
right, here you go. And you want to use a point as well? All
Yep.
right. Go nuts. Give me that roll.
Underworld.
Yes.
At least I didn't
Unfortunately,
fail too bad.
the only thing you know about Cheezel is the same thing everyone else knows about Cheezel. Cheezel makes a damn good chocolate drink.
No, I don't agree.
I don't
Well,
agree.
You've heard that. You've heard that being said.
Okay.
You don't have to agree, but that's what you've heard about Cheezel.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you pay up, and you think you're gonna get him with something. You're gonna zing him really hard, but Dale is out of earshot and leaves, and so you've got nothing except
Fine.
for Oda.
I walk up to him. I give him 150 credit because I feel bad because I got guilted.
Oda looks very pleased by this. As she's collected all of her souvenir glasses and she's standing waiting to leave and just kind of like swaying a little bit happily.
Oh, chat's totally right. Oh, I'm gonna give you the reroll. I'm giving you the reroll. For
What?
some reason, your upgrade did not work. You had two greens
Ooh.
instead of a green and a yellow. You get this. I'm gonna give you this. Yeah, for some reason you didn't get your blue or your die. For some reason. Hopefully you can get it now. Try it one more time, please. There we go. And still, you got no negatives.
But I got no stress.
Yeah, you have no stress, but it's zeroed out, unfortunately. So yeah, you still didn't do anything, but you can save your 3 stress. Your strain.
So I didn't strain to do it. I just went, who the fuck is this Cheezel guy? This sounds like Chuck E. Cheese's over here.
Yeah, that's to
Chuck
you,
E.
that's kind of the vibe. To you, that's exactly, you're just like, everyone knows Cheezel's basically the Chuck E. Cheese of space. This sucks.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, so I give him the 150 as a tip. I walk up to him though and give it to him like, yeah, we're gonna leave now. Sorry about that. And I turn immediately around and see Oda just like clinging to the collector's glasses.
8 total collector's glasses, holding all of them.
And she's
Yeah.
like clearly really, really tired from the sugar crash, but also has had quite a few shots. So she's kind of like,
Oh yeah, this is definitely get her to bed kind of moment.
mhm.
No, I do. I would guide her out and then I would signal PR3 to follow.
Sure. The 3 of you leave, and you walk outside, and see ULAGO is nowhere to be seen where he once was. What do you do?
I take the Palpatine for Chancellor button and I try to pin it on PR3. I'm like, you would like this.
I do. He's a fantastic role model.
I take it and I throw it because F that.
It
You
goes
know he
soaring
made the
into the
galaxy a
distance.
better place.
Yeah, this little button
Say
goes
you made it
soaring
great
into the
again?
distance. ULAGO, do you notice them leaving, or are you still caught up in delicious street tacos, Ronto wraps, or whatever.
I think it's just there's just a little bit of casual sabak going on. So you know he's occasionally looking back at the door. Maybe
yeah, you see the three of them leave. You see the three of them step outside and are standing now near the front entrance, and you see that the traffic has died down a little bit. And from your judgment, it's pretty late standard time, and so no one's really entering, and it almost seems like they're closing down the restaurant. But the three of them are outside, and it looks like Oda is wobbling and carrying 8 glasses of something.
Yeah. He
Empty glasses.
He stands up. He places a hand on the Wookiee shoulder, and he looks at the group of misfit sabak playing scoundrels, and he leaves his 50 credits on the table for them to play with.
The Wookiee looks at you and is like gives you like a little thanks, pal.
He's like, I'll go shoot. He walks a couple of paces, then he kind of hesitates. He turns around and he goes, "You don't know anywhere I can get my gun tuned up, do you?"
The Wookiee looks at you, and the others sort of look at the Wookiee, and the Wookiee points to his gun, and you see it's like a normal standard blaster pistol, but it has got all these gizmos and gadgets and cool things hanging off of it, and then he just goes and goes on for some time. And you, because you once probably served the Wookiee, you recognize exactly what this Wookiee is saying, and he mentions that there is a shop nearby that specializes in weapons and weapon modifications, and it is probably one of the best on the planetoid.
Cool. He nods and gives like a dismissive wave, and just turns and walks towards the entrance of the bar.
Cool.
Until he
the others
sidles on up to the group.
Yeah, you notice that Oda is drunk as a skunk and super tired.
Pied hard.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. Just had some drinks with.
She got to meet a lot of people and do the thing that she does. We should probably find a place to stay.
Yeah, we can find a place to stay.
You're paying though, because I just spent most of my money paying for whatever the fuck she is carrying right now.
She tried not to tip. It was you
And
wouldn't
then
have
she
liked
guilt
it,
tripped me,
ULAGO.
and I had to give even more of my money. So now I'm next to broke, and I hope you have some money because I do not.
ULAGO doesn't like it when you don't tip.
I liked it when you didn't
apparently you love it because you were so happy after I tipped.
Would this gun place be open, or is it very much like everything is closed now, it's getting really late scenario?
No, the one thing that's very obvious to you looking up and down the street, that this place closes, everything else is open. This place closes because it's like, bring the family, but everywhere else is still open. You're still near that casino, and there are bright lights everywhere. Almost all the light on this planetoid is, fake phosphorescence or
neon,
powered by electricity. Yeah, it's all just fake lighting to make
what was
it
that restaurant
seem
called
like,
again?
What was that restaurant called? That restaurant was called Guthries Guild House.
Wouldn't there be like a Guthries After Dark branch that opens with all the same wait staff would have to go?
That would be terrible. Those poor people.
Yeah.
That guy was right when he was like, my life is hell. No, you don't see that on this street. It might be elsewhere.
Well, I found out where we can get some guns modded, but maybe we should do that tomorrow morning.
No, I wanted to do that. Here, I got you this glass. I give ULAGO one of the souvenir glasses. And it still has some chocolate scuzz on the inside.
I hate this. I hate it and love it.
Well, follow me.
Does he take the glass?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now I have 7.
He waits till you're not looking, and he definitely throws it in the trash. But
Aww.
She
doesn't see it.
Do you go to find a place to sleep, or do you go to find someone to?
I'm gonna follow the Wookiee's directions to this this place.
Sure. As you head back down the street, you again pass all of these stalls, right? The Rhodian and the Sathari and the Sulistan and the human, all of them shouting at you. The human's like, come over here. I've got things for you. Right? And the Sulistan is just sort of like, oh, ho, 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 laughing at some customer's joke. And all these people are walking with you. There's, again, it's always crowded. It's except for the few places where you can like just stand because people are walking around you. You are in sort of like a kind of like if you went to Gamescom or you're on the show floor at PAX and you're just like,
you just
it's a lot
through the crowd.
And you're sort of making your way through the crowd. Oda, thankfully, this is a pace you can definitely keep up, but people keep bumping you, and so you are trying to protect these glasses with your life. Eventually, you arrive at a street that is closer, at least from your recollection, closer to where your original hangar was. And this street almost seems more like an alley, and there appear to be less people on it. But in the middle of it is a shop, and the shop has a symbol that I would imagine the Lago, DAEYO, you probably recognize, PR-3 maybe, but it is a symbol that is of a service blaster rifle, or like one of the Corellian makes, and it says serviced here in Orabesh. And so as you approach, what do? Do you just walk on in?
Check if it's open.
It is super open.
Yeah, walk on in.
Yeah, okay. Do all of you go in?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Hey, DAEYO, give me a perception check. Let me change some things actually first.
Yeah.
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Yeah. As you begin to approach, DAEYO, you immediately recognize the place.
As?
The place you bought your vibroblade.
Oh, no! Okay. As we walk in, if anyone is paying attention, they will immediately see DAEYO just kind of like try to hide her face a little bit, try to turn away, and because Oda is clearly smaller than DAEYO, but she even tries to like hunch down, like kind of behind Oda a little bit.
Yes. Let me change some things because everyone's like losing their mind. Yeah, you walk in and the room in front of you is empty for now. There are big glass cases, some sort of like permasteel case that you can't just like shoot through because it's glass, but some sort of visible casing for all of these weapons, everything from vibro axes to sights for blaster rifles to little additional things you can add to your actual blasters. There's tons of things, everything from magnetic weapon tethers to hilts, like more balanced hilts. You see things like blaster energy dampeners, right? And things like there's a bowcaster in one corner of the room. You see hunting barrels and gyro stabilizers and night vision scopes. Everything you could possibly want is here. All of it behind the counters, all of it behind these cases. And it seems like a world of amazing wonders of violence.
Oda like walks up to the counter and like carefully sets down all of the glasses, and they're like tick 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 tick, and she like make sure they're safe. And then she looks for, is there someone behind the counter or not?
There's no one behind the counter right now. You are just in this place alone.
She takes out her blaster and hands it to Lago, and she's like, here.
Okay.
As you pull out your blaster and sort of hold it to him.
That's a bad idea. That's a bad idea.
Daeyo tries to stop you. 2 turrets come out of the wall and point at you. You hear like, and they point down at you, ready to fire. And from beyond a curtain in the back, a sort of corpulent, disgusting-looking man appears, holding a some sort of smoking device that goes on a little wire down behind him. And he comes out and he says, "Hello, wee," and gives you like a wink and approaches you, Oda. And that is where we're going to end it for today. We have to give some people something to look forward to next time. And then we all turned into dice and we flew away. Anyway, I'll have to make a note that you were in fact drunk. Oda is drunk. I'll keep that.
I mean, tipsy, buzzed.
You're carrying seven glasses.
1, not enough. 7. Now you have an odd number.
That isn't the rationale of the tipsy. That's
I'm not that drunk.
What?
No.
Oh. I need to make a drunk character have a drunk conversation with you. I feel like that'd be a lot of fun. Okay. That's it for us. Thank you all for tuning in and watching us tonight. We will be back next week with another episode. But before we go, let's go around this screen right here and figure out what all these beautiful people are up to this week and where you can find them and all that. Sam, Strippin, what is happening with you?
No, I mean, I'm chilling. You find me over at Twitter2/Strippin. I normally start around 7 GMT. I'm going to be playing the new For Honor event this week. Tomorrow I'm starting Neo 2. I'm doing some co-op. Yeah, some GTA roleplay stuff. So, just
let me ask you a question.
Yeah, shoot.
The new For Honor is Prince of Persia?
Yeah, so it's because it's the anniversary of Prince of Persia. So they did an event where they made the Prince of Persia, and it's like you've got the normal 4v4 game mode, but everything's covered in sand, and then he shows up and he just beats the shit out of everyone indiscriminately. For 15 minutes.
That sounds amazing.
That's the event. Yeah.
That sounds so good. I thought it was just another, like a character you could play was the Prince of Persia. And I was like,
no,
who are the other heroes?
He's like a boss encounter, and he just indiscriminately kills everyone on the map for 15
I love
minutes.
that. If they somehow incorporate Sands of Time where he can like rewind time and mess with you, that would be...
I mean, he does, yeah. He can like punch you and you get stuck in slow motion and everyone else can beat you up. If you try and throw him off a ledge, he'll just rewind time and come back again, so you can't get rid of him.
Incredible.
Yeah,
I love that. That would be fun to watch.
Yeah.
Anna, what's happening with you?
Well, it turns out that when your profession is to host and speak at live events with hundreds of people, that coronavirus changes your daily life quite a bit. So me and Poa are going to be home in this room for quite a long time now. And I'm going to be hopefully doing a lot more streaming. So a special thank you to everyone who is watching on my channel. I really appreciate that. And if people want to give Anna Prosser on Twitch a follow, then you will be notified when I play some video games very soon, Monday night at least, if not before. And also, I'm doing shows like this 3 nights a week as well. So you can find the schedule for that on my channel. Stay safe. Wash your hands.
Oh, that's a good tip. I am blown away again by all of the simulcasting for this show. Shout out to everyone on all the different channels watching and having a good time. It almost makes me want to be that weird stalker that has everything open. But
what do you mean weird stalker, dude? You're actually calling me out pretty hard. Just have a couple chats open. That's not stalkerish.
No, I don't think it's stalkerish. I think it is a well-informed entertainer.
Well, if you have a couple chats open during this, then you would know I have to pee really
I was just about to say that.
For like an hour. Are you in my chat right now?
I'm in everyone's chat.
Okay,
I have to pee so bad.
You know what? Pocket? I was going to pick you next, but I realized it's much more make you wait. Bikeman, what's going on with you right now? What's happening with your week?
Finishing Ori 2, Neo 2 comes out. There's a bunch of stuff coming out this week. Gotta do some stuff. I got
Good
nothing
sell.
else.
Great sell. Great. Where can we find? Oh, we can find you on Twitch. We saw that.
I
We're
do.
good.
You'll know.
I will say this: the new Ori looks beautiful. I'm really excited.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's like an order.
Yeah,
of
I got a
magnitude
chance to
prettier
play
than the
some of
first one.
it. I'm like, this game is incredible. Everything about it, boss fights, everything. I'm just totally blown away. I really think that like.
Do you
it's gonna be
feel
an amazing
like there's a lot of waterfalls or trickling brooks in that game that we should talk about for a while Pocket pays attention?
I feel like the background when you go through the different areas, like from the lakes to the like the one area that has like the waterfall in the background.
This is
water
RimWorld right
flowing.
now, and I'm about to
There was
lose
an underground cave with like a
tell you all.
drippy.
I've been playing RimWorld lately. Don't get me started.
All right, Pocket, what have you been doing? Sell us on you having to go to the bathroom real quick. What is up?
I have to go potty so bad. My name's
what else is
Pocket.
up?
You can find me at twitch.tv/Pocket. I've been playing RimWorld, or as JP calls it, I've been rimming lately. So that's great. And I'm sorry. I saw that tweet and I was like, tell me more. Anyway, so yeah, I've been playing RimWorld. I've been talking to people and life and stuff. I had to cancel all my plans to travel at all. So, hello. I'll be streaming and doing photos and going to the bathroom after this because I really have to pee.
All right. I'll be lenient. That's it for us. Thank you so much. If you want to find my butt, just Google Jesse Cox and ignore all the bad stuff. And I will see y'all next time, next Thursday, same time, except for whatever time it is where Sam lives. And we'll see you then. Be good. And may the force legally bind you to not being sued by Disney. Don't know what that means. Bye, everybody.
You know, where's the payoff? Bring the strippers and booze! We do occasionally talk about video games. Bring the strippers and booze! Not enough time for video games. Bring the strippers and booze!
Oh, thank God, I don't need pants now.
Hey, JC! What are you doing? Not much. Making a fortune. It's a professional broadcast.
Yeah, now sing music.
It's a professional broadcast. Bring the strippers and booze! It's a professional broadcast. I'm here to ask and answer one simple question. It's a professional broadcast. You got